Hey folks, it's your boy Quincy, and this afternoon I'll be speaking of the topic of women, how to attract a high value man. And I've got a list here. Number one, be a child-free woman, because no high value man wants to date a single parent. I'm afraid he don't. He wants to date a child-free woman so he can create his own nuclear family from scratch. That's number one. Number two, be a young woman in your sexual prime years, i.e., age 18 to 28. So be young and be fresh, because we want to, obviously, again, we want to build a nuclear family with a young woman in her sexual prime years, because in that time period, she's able to have healthy children without any health complications and so on. So that's number two. Number three, have a low body count in terms of sexual partners, either three or less, or even better, optimal if you're a virgin, because men value virgin women because obviously they're not damaged or tainted by having high sexual partners in previous relationships. We want a woman that's pure, that's fresh, that's in an optimistic personality, in that she's looking forward to having a long-term relationship with a decent high value man, because again they're not tainted by past relationships, they're not angry or bitter by ex-boyfriends and so on. So have a low body count, i.e. number three sexual partners to zero if you're virgin. So that's the best way to attract a high value man. If you want to get everyone, have a low body count, 3 to 0. Number four, stay in good shape. Stay in good shape, i.e. slim to athletic build, and stay on and keep on going to the gym on a consistent basis, because it shows that you care about your health and body. And I mean, eat healthy food. So stay in good shape, i.e. slim athletic build, and again stay in the gym on a regular basis so you can maintain your good healthy body. That's number four. Number five, keep your hair lovely and long, because we don't want we don't that tells us, if you're a woman and you keep your hair long and healthy, that tells highly valued man that you want to be a feminine woman. We want femininity, and you want to be dainty and girly, and we want to be in our we want to be in our masculine energy, and therefore you should stay in your feminine energy. That's why we want to keep a woman that has long hair, and also that tells us that you're youthful, young, and beautiful when you have longer hair. So that's the fifth reason to attract a high value man. Keep your hair long, and keep it nice and straight and fresh. Number six, learn to cook and clean for your man, because say if he had a lot, say if not me personally, but say if a high value man had a hard day at work or his own business or whatever, and he's tired from his day job, and you're at home, especially if you're a stay-at-home parent and his children, always have food ready and prepared, because that tells him that you care for him in the household, and maintain a good household, a clean household. And it will take care of you financially if you learn to cook and clean for your boyfriend or husband, high value boyfriend or husband. So that's number six. Number seven, say if you're both young, say if you're both 22 years old, yeah, your high value man 22 years old, and the woman's 22 years old, yeah. Say if he wants to get married to you in your young years, i.e. sexual primes, i.e. 18 28, marry him, because he'll take care of you for the rest of your life. If you're a good woman and you look after the household where you really live together, and if you had kids young, if you want to marry him, because he'll take care of you for the rest of your life, and you won't regret it. So that's the seventh reason why you should attract a high value man. If you want to marry you, marry him. Marry him while you're young, when you're still fertile and beautiful, and your sexual prime years are child free. If you want to have a nuclear family, so that's the seventh reason to attract a high value man. Number eight, I repeat, don't be a single mother, because high value men don't take single mother serious, because no high value man, especially when he's grown up as a kid to become adult, dreams of taking on a single mother who's got baggage from an ex-partner who's got kids from another man. We don't want that. We want a woman who's got no kids, so we can build our own nuclear family from scratch. Yeah? We don't want that drama from your ex baby daddy who you had a kid with, or ex husband you have a child with. We don't want highly value man don't want that. They want to create their own nuclear family from scratch, so they can bypass the problems. You know what I mean? They want a woman who's got no kids that could like create her own nuclear family from scratch. You know, that's the eighth reason to attract a high value man. I repeat, don't become a single mother, because it won't work out well for you. It will end up in disaster. You know what I mean? Number 9, don't be fat, because that tells high value men that you don't give a shit about your body and and your healthful body, and that's just poor behavior in my opinion. So if you want to attract a high value man, women, don't be fat or don't be obese, because that's a huge turn off for us high value high value men. Not me, but high value men in general. Um, Number 10, don't be a hoe. Yeah, because all with sexual partners, because we don't take hoes seriously. We just use them for sex and play. But that's it. You can't wife these hoes up, because that's what they are. They're hoes. You know what I mean? So that's the 10th reason to become to as a woman to attract a high value man. Do not be a hooker or a hoe. That's not good. That's horrible. Number 11, don't be a feminist. Please do not be a feminist, because we high value men do not like feminists, because feminists, we find feminists rude, combative. They always got high opinion themselves. You know what I mean? And that's just not good. You don't want a woman that hates men, that thinks men are evil and bad. And you got to understand, feminists. It wasn't for us men that built this society we live in now. All the things you see in society now today, 21st century, 2023, we built it. So you feminists need to shut the fuck up, yeah, and just leave us high value men alone. You know what I mean? We don't not me, but we high value men don't appreciate. We hate feminists, because feminists, they just want to just argue all the time and just cause problems and troubles, and we don't want that. I don't, high value men don't want that shit. They want a nice woman that's cooperative and agreeable. We don't want a woman who's always arguing all the time. We hate feminists. We don't like feminists. Yeah. Also, this ties into 11th, number 12. That ties into the previous one, number 11. Number 12. Don't be a career woman, because again, career women are just like feminists. They just want to point at how they got a well-paid job, a good career, and when you do a job, when you work for someone else, you're basically a work slave. That's what you are. You're paid high help work slave. That's what it is. You know what I mean? So we don't care about career women. You know what I mean? Because jobs and careers don't last forever. So you got to remember that, women. So if you want to attract a high value man, there's not wrong having a job, but don't be a queer woman, because queer women, they're very masculine in their nature, because obviously when they climb the corporate ladder, they have to be tough and stern to get to this like CEO level, partnership level, yeah. And when they do that, they lose their femininity, or they lose their behaviour like to be a woman. And again, a high value man would rather date a secretary than date a woman who's a female partner, because a secretary is more in a feminine energy, if that makes sense, rather than date a female partner in a law firm, because again, when they climb the corporate ladder, they lose that femininity, because they have to make deals and get paid. They have to be tough and stern. You know what I mean? They can't be soft. They can't show their femininity, because that shows to the other partner, male partners, they're weak, and they don't want that. So, women, if you want to attract a high value man, do not be a career woman. Don't do it. It's not going to work out well for you. That's number 12. So number 13, women, do not cut your hair like a boy, because high value men want a woman that looks like a woman, not like looks like a fucking man. You know what I mean? Now, me myself, I had girlfriends that had shorter hair, but that's just my personal preference. I don't mind. I don't care about hairstyles. I had two previous girlfriends that had short hair, but this is just for women in general. Do not cut your hair off like a boy, or shave your hair bald, because men don't want that, because that means you're trying to be a man, and men don't want a woman that looks like a man. A high value man wants a woman that looks like a woman. You know what I mean? A feminine woman, and a feminine energy, and a feminine personality. So, yeah, women, if you want to attract a high value man, don't cut hair off. Keep it long. Yeah, that's number 13. Number 14. Don't have a lot of tattoos. Have a couple. Have one or two or three. That's fine. But if you have loads of tattoos, that indicates to us, not us high value men, or high value men in general, that you're a whore and you like to sleep around with different men. And we don't want we don't want a woman as a whore, because we don't respect whores. You know what I mean? They're not to be taken seriously whatsoever. So that's number 14. Number 15, women. Men don't give a shit about your education, your degrees, if you've got a bachelor's, master's, PhD. They don't give a shit about your degrees, yeah, because we high value men, or high value men in general, rather date a good looking woman who's a 9 out of 10 looks, yeah, but works for McDonald's, than date an ugly woman who's a 4 out of 10, but she's a CEO of a law firm, or a financial company. You know what I mean? You rather date a woman who's good looking, 9 out of 10, who works for McDonald's, or works as a cleaner or garbage woman, than date an ugly woman who's a 3 or 4, but she's the CEO or equity partner of a law firm. You know what I mean? Because we want a woman that's beautiful and beautiful, feminine, child-free, and so on. So that's number 15. Number 16. This is gonna sound really controversial, yeah. As a woman, when you on the first date, if you date a man, if you go out with a high value man on the first date, either you split the bill with him or you pay for the date, because all these women throughout the years want equality, and they say things like, oh, I'm a strong independent woman, don't need man. Okay, you say that, but when it comes to a date, either you split the bill with your date, the high value man date, or you pay for the date, because that tells him that you really like him, you want to be with him, and you want either a long term relationship or marriage with him. Yeah, so therefore he'll take you seriously in that sense. You know what I mean? So that's number 16. Number 17, the last one. Don't dress like a hoe. Yeah, it's not wrong dressing. It's not wrong with dressing, having a nice dress as a woman. That's fine, but make sure you're conservative in your dress. Don't dress in to the point where you're showing your tits and bum out. Because again, men don't take women like that seriously. Because all they are is there for play, they're for fun. They're not for a long-term relationship. Yeah, and high value men want a woman that's a feminine woman that wears a nice dress, have her hair and nails done properly, but she dresses like a woman. You know what I mean? She don't dress like a fucking hoe and a whore. You know what I mean? So we don't take them sort of girls seriously. So again, that's my list for today. And women, if you follow what I say in this particular video and the list of what I tell you, you'll have a successful relationship slash marriage, and you'll be fine. You'll be successful. Yeah. So I'm trying to help you women out there. I want you women to win, decent women to win, and to get into happy long term relationships, happy marriages with the high value man. Because I tell you this, women, high value men, we do want a decent woman that we will take care of us, take care of them, because our male nature is natural, is to be natural providers for our wives or girlfriends and our children, so we can have a happy family home. Yeah, we don't want women that's going to be combative, rude, feminist, single mothers, career women. Natural. We don't want that. We want a woman who's going to be nice, dainty, in a feminine nature, a female. That's gonna be a good wife or girlfriend, and be a good mother to our future children, and so on. So if you follow what I say in this video, you'll be successful in the long-term relationship slash marriage. It'll be fine. Anyway, if you like this video, please subscribe. I'm out.